This is a tour of the Environmental Justice e-learning module I designed and co-developed for Bay Academy, an institution of Bay Ecotarium, affiliated with the Aquarium of the Bay on Pier 39. We created an environmental justice e-module using ArcGIS story maps because we wanted to be able to offer this tool to teachers to use remotely with their students very easily without having to worry about them signing up for a new LMS to track their own students' progress. Now, this is an e-module with 3 lessons, and you can see we've put a clear table of contents at the front that follows the learner as they scroll down the page so that they can follow along and move to other parts of the module they need to access. We especially wanted them to be able to access the e-glossary whenever they hit language that they wanted to review as they went through the other lessons. So we begin with a welcome and an introduction to familiarize students with the basic concepts they'll be encountering. We went ahead and put the Common Core standards directly on the front page because this e-module was designed to be easily accessible by teachers, and teachers are held accountable for meeting Common Core standards, for helping their students access these skills. So we put these standards directly on the front page, but as we scroll down to a module outline, this is where the students encounter more easily understood and friendly objectives. So for each lesson, we have a set of learner objectives. We have a map to help students understand the different districts of San Francisco we're talking about in each section of the module. And the goals are clearly articulated and actionable. For example, in lesson 1, students will be able to create a timeline that integrates and evaluates multiple sources of information presented in diverse formats and media to address the question, what happened at Bayview Hunters Point? Now, this is a preview. The full version is behind a paywall. So at this point, the educator who's previewing and deciding whether to purchase this module for their students, or the family that's deciding whether to purchase this module for their kids to work through, has the opportunity to stop and donate. Now, one more thing I want to show you on this tour. For each lesson, it's structured with a warm-up activity, an interactive handout for students to download, and content. And finally, at the end, a quiz for students to test their knowledge before they go on to the next lesson. We created these interactive pieces using Typeform. And Typeform is a quizzing platform. So the engagement activities are designed for students to answer open-ended questions just to get them thinking and connecting to the material. Before they begin learning new things, it helps for them to bridge ideas that they already have about the topic. And when they're done with the questions on the quiz, the engagement activity, or the quiz if they're at the end of the lesson, they'll be directed to go back to the original ArcGIS story map to continue on to the next lesson.